Hello everyone. I hope you can hear me loud and clear. Okay, hello everyone. This is Calmie and welcome to the Black Fan Network, media for the 21st century. I'm just around NYERI County actually, taking a stroll and showing you how people are living. That is, in terms of survival, in terms of what they're gonna do, it's like be able to thrive. And I hope everyone is doing okay. I'm just super excited. I think, if anything, this month I've been traveling quite a lot, but things are quite okay. And I'm just so happy to get to interact with you. So I'm going to share with you different footages. I've been in, so far so good. I've been, I think, in 4 counties in this past 1 week. So everything is just so thrilling, and I'm just going to show you around the way of life in terms of survival. I'm actually out to like buy groceries, and at this particular time, things are not that. I mean, it's not that cold. So of course, yeah, I'm just out at least to get some little bit of the breeze. So I'm going to show you around. I'm just going to take a walk because I'm out here to like buy some veggies. But Ricardo, hi Ricardo. Hope you are doing fine. Hope you're doing fine, Ricardo. I think you so far so good. You're my number one fan. That like you're always on time. And guys, again, I love to remind us that we cannot do this show on Prism. We cannot do this show on Prism because lately my device has been having an issue. That is why I'm using the StreamYard. That's why I'm using the StreamYard. Right. And let me just put it this way. So one thing, if you have noted, on this particular place, we do have a lot of different cultures. We do have not cultures, communities. We do have the Kisi, the Kikuyu, the Jaluo, the Masai, but we also do have the Sudanese actually around this area. So yeah, most likely you're going to bump like into them. They are in plenty. Remember, we have been talking about different places, different African countries that have been fighting due to violence, and as a result, we do have some communities migrating from Sudan to Kenya, different parts of Kenya, for example, Nairobi, Nyeri, Nakuru, just different places. And I think so far so good. They've found a peace around here. They found a sense of belonging, and that is why they have been able to like relocate. They have been able to like coexist with other communities, and I believe you've seen some that we did get to bump earlier on, but I'm just continuing with the work. I think I'll be able to bump into them near the market center. So the issue with the ethnic violence, it's just I think almost everywhere, but people are trying their best to like find a way of survival, a place whereby they can call home, a place whereby their kids and their families can be able to live in peace without being afraid at all. And on this particular day today, actually, I'm going to like buy vegetables because this area I've been looking for a place where I can get to enjoy some fresh vegetables, but I do have someone taking me through that. Someone taking me through a place where I can get fresh groceries. We have been talking about getting to enjoy, or rather getting to eat the right type of balanced diet. So yeah, that is basically what I'm doing today. But remember, as I've started the show, I've just talked about the fact that you do have different communities in this area coexisting. Yeah, let me just pause for a moment. All right, there you go. You can see that is part of what I was talking about. And we do have a school around. We do have a school around. We do have a learning facility around. This place is very, very dusty. It's more like Juja County. It's more like Juja in terms of it being dusty. You can see how dusty that is. This is the time that most students have just like gone back home from school. This is the time that most students are actually doing their exams. So yeah, dusk is calling. Things are yet set to take place. That is the school I'm talking about. It is a high school, and I've just shared with you some primary school. It's more like a high school and a primary school into one. So this is the safest shortcut. You can see the playground is just so silent. No one is there. But I wish I came early on these sides. If I did come early, I think I would have seen some students are playing. But on my way to getting groceries, I believe we'll bump into some of them. You can see I've just bumped into some of them. Yeah, we're almost at the shopping center. NYERI County is not that bad. And I believe we do have a lot of similarities between Juja and NYERI. The fact that it is a little bit, there's a lot of dust around this area. In terms of housing, there's a lot of permanent houses around here. The security also looks so good. So you can come to Kenya, to any part, to different parts of Kenya, and you can basically get to enjoy it. You can have your own security, you can have your own place where you just not scared that anyone might get to come in and ruin your day. So in terms of security, yes, you do have security. I'm just almost getting to choose the type of vegetables that I need. for my dinner. And feel free to shoot like any question. Feel free to like communicate on any question. Because remember, this is the Calmie Network. Many Africans are just taking a look at sorry for that slight hitch, but we are back. See, business is as usual. People are cooking. There's some samosas. There's some veggies, but I might have to like sample. Might have to like sample different types of veggies. As usual, there's a grocery store. I think I can say that we do have a lot of Sudanese people around this particular area actually. And we are likely to bump into a lot of them. This is just this once, and I'm told that there is a camp whereby majority of them actually do get to jail there. In this particular area, I've realized that we do have posho mills. You can hear the sound. The posho mill, I wish I could tilt my camera and give you a wider view, but too bad my phone cannot allow me to do that. So there is a posho mill. There is a place for fast food. We think some fried chicken, some chips, all there too. So it's a very developed area actually, more developed than Casey County in Peru. I can say just like at the market center, not at some places where I was at. Okay. Wow. I think in terms of businesses, if I am to analyze, housing is not bad here. You can't come about with rental houses because I'm seeing a lot of rental houses. I'm also seeing a lot of butcheries. Whoever say the meat will kill the nation, definitely. I'm also seeing some liquor stores, meaning the people of this area do get to enjoy some little bit of a meat and alcohol. So yes, yes. I'm also seeing some movie shops. Let me tell you one thing. In terms of movie shops, most people would rather not put up Wi-Fi into their house because they believe that I guess you spend a lot of money by putting this Wi-Fi. So they rather come to the movie shop and pay an amount of, let's say, a quarter of a dollar to actually get some movie given to them. That is unloaded. But I think that is a low. Well, somebody should have warned me how dirty this place is. My legs are not mine no more. Matatu business is also booming here. And border, that is a motorcycle. Africa Diaspora Roots Connect. Say the peace family, peace and to you too. Hope you are doing fine. Well, I think I'll get myself some banana. Ew. For those who love fish, telling us if my appetite is not worth fish, but for those who love fish, for the fishmongers of this place, they get to sell a lot of fish. And I'm actually looking forward to the trip all the way to the Rita Lab to get to take a look at different varieties of fish. You know, one thing here in Kenya, we also use the likes of tilapia, the likes of salmon. But the last time I was in Tanzania, I could see that there is a lot of different species of fish you can actually get to enjoy. So this place, they actually get to indulge in selling of liquor, selling of fish, the selling of electronic materials, selling of maize. It's a really, really busy place. Phew, that is some good work. And if anything, I think I have dedicated this entire month.
Are you going to get maize, Calmie?
Yes, hi, kid.
I said, are you on your way to get maize?
No, not yet. I'm sampling. I'm sampling before I might end up taking something that might give me stomach upset. So I'm really cautious in this particular area. Sampling who is selling and how do they look like, because sometimes you gotta take a look at the hygiene of a person.
How's the
Can you
weather
hear
out
me?
there? Yeah, I hear you. I'm in a
It's
bad area. Yeah, I hear
yeah,
you,
it's
Calmie.
all right. The weather here is not bad, considering that this place is known to be cold, but right now it's a little bit warm. So the weather is good apart from the dust. Right now I cannot even tell my feet versus the time I left the house and now my feet are just extremely dusty. So yeah, it's a very dusty area actually.
Okay. What area? What area are you in?
This
What
is
area are you in?
NYERI. NYERI is just it's called NYERI. NYERI. NYERI is I think 40 kilometers from Nairobi. Yeah, almost 40
How many,
kilometers
how many miles from Nairobi?
from
I mean, how many
Nairobi. It's
kilometers?
called NYERI. 40, almost a 40.
Oh, 40. Okay, it's not that far then.
Yeah, yeah, not that
Not that
far.
far. Okay. Seems kind of
I'm
quiet
just
out there. Are
exploring
people out there with their
the
masks?
area.
Are people out there with their?
No, 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 not at all. Not at all. No one is bothered. No one is bothered at all to like have their mask on. I'm actually
Okay.
bumping into a lot of Sudanese people because this particular area is known to have a lot of Sudanese people.
Okay, known to have a lot of Sudanese.
Yeah, people from Sudan. People from Sudan.
Cammy, I know what Sudanese people
Yeah.
are. I know they're from Sudan. That's what the term Sudanese means. So thank you.
No, it might be sort of a slang because that is how we call them around here. So I've actually been bumping into a lot of them. It means that the war in their
Well,
country has really proved their point. Yeah.
yeah, well, you got South. They're probably mostly from South Sudan, right? Since they split up the country, they're probably mostly from
Hmm.
South Sudan. Are they from regular Sudan, Cammy, or are they from South Sudan? Ah,
I
gotcha.
I think I think it's both, considering I
Okay.
just do not know how to communicate in Swahili and English, so it's hard to tell. Even if they were to
Yeah.
communicate in their local dialect, I still wouldn't have been able to like tell the difference.
That's
But I
true.
think
That's
it's
true.
both
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think
Yeah. I'm sure they were there.
yeah, I
I'm
think
sure.
it's
I'm sure they've been there, Cammy, before they split the country up. So you're right. It doesn't
mhm,
make a difference. You're right. I'm sure they were there before they split
mhm,
uh, Sudan into two different countries. So they just still sued me.
mhm.
That's why I say, even with these borders, you got a new
True,
country. At the end of the day, whether they come from South Sudan or North Sudan, they still Sudanese. I get it.
true, true. I'm just scouting for veggies, but I think I'll have to walk and walk. But you can see this place is not that loud compared to Nairobi. Hey, Nairobi is so loud. I think the area of
Well,
the chief
I
area
guess,
had maybe had
but,
yes.
but Cammy, I guess on the right, Nairobi's a major city, so I guess it would be loud. You're in the
Yeah, but
countryside. That's everywhere.
yeah.
That's everywhere around the world, though.
Exactly, but there's a lot of food places here. They even have fast food. They have their own chips and fries. Perhaps I can get to order some for you. You can see, and there's a lot of meat being sold around here. So nyama
I'm
choma is
trying to.
just, I think, yes.
Yeah, the Noma. Yeah, I've had Noma Choma years ago. It's pretty good. I'm trying to get
Uh
off
huh.
the meat though, Cammy. I'm trying to get off the meat. I'm trying to stop. I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get off the meat.
It's
I'm
gonna
trying to
take
get
a
off.
miracle. It's gonna.
It is. I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm trying to get off the flesh. I'm trying to get off
Because I
the
know
meat.
meat is very addictive. You can
It's
see
very.
where.
Yeah. It's very addictive and very damn delicious.
Yeah, so there's a lot of butcheries. I've actually bumped into a lot of them. Since these people they actually get to worship meat.
I'm, I'm trying to get off the meat. So hopefully, hopefully one day I don't eat pork no more. So that's good. I got the pork. Eat as little as beef as possible. I don't know if I'll be able to get
Mhm.
off the chicken. I still eat the chicken. The chicken I don't know if I can get up. I don't know if I can get off the chicken, but I don't eat a lot of beef
Mhm.
anymore, and I don't touch pork at all. So
Actually, I'm scouting for pork. I'm scouting for
what
a place
about what
where
about?
I can. Yes,
Oh no pork.
I'm
Pork
saying.
is terrible for black people. Pork is terrible
No,
for us.
no, I'll have to marinate it. I'll have to marinate it a little bit.
I love it. It's delicious, but it does havoc on the black body. When you get older,
Mhm.
it's gonna have you all having all kind of heart
Mhm.
problems because it causes hypertension,
Mhm.
high blood pressure. Uh,
Mhm.
pigs don't sweat, so all the glands you're eating all the slaughtering of that pig inside you. When you eat the pig, you're eating
Mhm.
all that slaughter. If the pig was in stress, all that stuff is going inside you. I love
Wow.
I used to love pork chops and pig, but you can't eat it.
Mhm.
It just it makes sure it's unhealthy. It's an unhealthy meat for black people. Now,
I didn't.
other non I'll
Mhm.
say it like this. Other non-humans can eat it, but we're not supposed to touch it. Shout out to Dr. Mumby over there in Kenya. Like I that lady has grown so much from Christianity to actually knowing real African wisdom. Family, you must
Wow.
get out the meat. You must get out the flesh. When she first started, she was a nutty ass Christian. She gave all that. Shout out to her evolution. She was a nutty ass Christian. She didn't,
Mhm.
she didn't do all that shit out. Shout out to Dr. Mumby over there in outside Mount Kenya. Family, you
Mhm.
must get off all the meat. She's right. You're supposed to get off most of the meat. That's what we eat flesh. But it's so damn delicious.
Exactly. So delicious, and meat has been known to be. the end of many nations. Meat has been known to be the end of many nations because even in many functions, you can see that meat cannot miss. If you get to have a function and maybe your in-laws or whatever a function that was, if they did not get to enjoy meat, then that function was just a downfall.
I don't know. Every country eats a lot of meat are fat and sloppy like Americans. We're fat and sloppy. We eat all that meat. Not supposed to eat. And we die early. We die at 50 and 60 years old. Africa never died at 60 and 50 and all that. Africa lived 100 years and beyond.
Exactly.
It's because now we eat mostly westernized diet, just like corn. Maize, because maize is not an African. It's not. You guys eat ugali. Maize is not an African vegetable. That was brought in by the Europeans. Not an African vegetable at all. It became part of the African staple because of the Europeans. It's not an African staple. So, like I said, I got to try to get off the meat as much as possible. I got to get off the flesh. I got to try to get off as much of the flesh as I can get it. I don't want to die at 70 and 80. I'm trying to live past 100 years old.
You don't want no gout and so on.
Say what now?
I'm saying you do not want to suffer from diseases like gout and so on. Because of course they go hand in hand.
Yeah, gout. Yeah. Did you say gout, Calmie?
I'm saying gout. Gout.
Gout. Yes, gout comes from an acidic diet. Gout comes from eating it comes from an acidic diet. Us as Africans, we're supposed to eat alkaline diet. Yeah, gout causes consuming all these meats and dairy. That causes gout because it is an acidic diet. Acid. We're not supposed to eat all this acid. That's what causes gout. Next you know your feet are all messed up, your feet are burning, they're all messed up, so it's causing an acidic diet. You don't want that. So we gotta make sure that we're trying to eat as much. We wanna make sure that we are eating a diet closer to our ancestors. We've adopted all these European ways, and we think it's our culture. It's not. That's why when you go in every British colony in Africa, all these goofy Negroes are wearing this white wig. In Kenya, they wear that white wig. In Ghana, in Nigeria, in Zimbabwe, South Africa, every British colony, they got that goofy white wig on. So we gotta go back. We gotta go back to ourselves.
That is absolutely correct, kid.
Yeah, you think they look back? You think when the Europeans look back and they see these Africans with these dumbass wigs on, they don't know their minds are still colonized? They colonize the mind.
To them they think. Go ahead. I'm saying to them they think it's stylish. To them they think it's modernity. They look like. I mean, they want to be these commercial models, from the diaspora. That is how they actually tend to think they feel like, or rather they look like. So if you tell them to do some braid or something, South Africans, they wouldn't do that. And actually, kid, when I was in a different country, that is at the place where we had gone for burial, let me tell you the type of food that they do get to enjoy. They're totally different. I mean, they get to enjoy some cassava for breakfast, some porridge, some ugali. I know you hate ugali, some kale, some different types of greens.
It just tastes plain. It don't got no taste.
Let me tell you,
it don't got no taste, Calmie. It don't have no taste. Go ahead.
If you saw the way, I wish you were there to see the way I was destroying that meal. Trust me, it was a very, very awesome. And I just want to compare the fact that people in rural places, they're really taking care of themselves. They still get to actually appreciate, the food that they get from their farms. For example, I've just said that I do have a lot of footages that I'll get to share once I get to the studio. There's just a lot of footages in terms of
Well,
the economic
exactly right,
way, in
Cammy.
terms of farming. Yeah.
Exactly right, Kevin. They eat what they farm, so it's more natural. They eat their own
Yes.
food with their farm, so there's no GMOs, and
Mhm.
they're walking. They're walking in the village, so they're
Mhm.
more healthier. Village people are always
Exactly.
more
Mhm.
healthier, always more healthy than city folks. City folks are
Mhm.
going out to the damn fast food restaurant. They're eating the KFCs. They're eating all
Mhm.
the poison. So they're not as healthy. Village folks are always more healthier. They're
Exactly.
close to
Because
the nature.
I could, yeah, I could see my cousin younger than me thinks she is in grade 4, but let me tell you, she can split hard wood. She can actually be able to like tie a cow, remove the dung, clean up the place like in seconds. That is one person you can put me in a ring to fight, and they'll definitely beat me to pulp. They're younger than me, but they do have some energy because they get to eat healthy food. But I realized one thing: they actually do get to as much as they enjoy healthy food, it's more like they get to worship bread. Hey, if you give them bread, they they tend to think that bread is just the eat thing. While personally, I do not even love enjoying bread. So I think bread will kill people in the village and some KFC. If you go with some KFC there, kids, you are actually more than a governor in that area. You can get
Wow.
everyone to do everything at your beck and call.
Hey, well, can I get me a bride with some bread then?
Exactly. I see at Big Cheese said Heidi Cheese said the men have on Dolly Parton wigs kit exactly, and I've seen some actors are here in Kenya, trying to come about with the 90s look, and to them the 90s look they'll actually be joining the likes of a Dolly Parton wigs, with we used to call them Colombo pants, these baggy pants. You'll get to see the men are posing for that, and to them it's more like fashion. And the General Mosquito, hi, you said good afternoon, Fox. Good afternoon to you too. So, if you wanna try some Dolly Parton wig on yourself,
No, I'm good, Cammy.
to
I
be
don't
to
need,
be
I
to
don't
be.
need, I don't need any Dolly Parton wig. I'm good with the wig. I don't need. I know who I'm African, Cammy. I don't suffer from an identity crisis. I love being an
You do not.
African man. I don't want to put any white man's wig on my head. I don't have an
Hmm.
identity crisis.
You don't want to
I
be.
know who I am.
You don't want to be featured in the Vogue magazine.
Yeah, no. I don't want lights and bugs all in my head. I'm cool. I'm good. I'm good. I know who I am as an African man, so you can't. I don't want to put a white man's wig on my head and talk about I'm a barrister. I am a barrister. I'm good. I'm good. They don't even.
I'm actually getting some vegetables. Kid,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
getting some vegetables.
Okay.
I'm getting
What
some
kind of
vegetables.
what kind of vegetables
Some
are you getting?
spinach. Some spinach. I'm getting some spinach and kale for my dinner.
Okay,
You
peanuts.
can see
I ain't
they're
know
fresh.
peanuts. I ain't know peanuts was a vegetable. Like kale is. I didn't know. I ain't know peanut. Oh, that's kind of
Mhm.
bland. Peanuts and kale. That's all you gonna eat. What do you eat
Mhm.
with the kale? What do you put on the kale? Do you eat it raw? Do you cook it? What do you do with that
No,
kale?
just
Kale is healthy though.
no.
What do you do with it?
You actually you
How do you
actually get
prepare
to
it?
like. It's more like a wet fry. You make it's more like steaming it. Actually, you steam it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you
And
actually can
steam it.
continue with it. Yeah, you steam
Do
it
do
and then you can.
you put any
Pardon?
kind of sauce on it? You put any kind of
No,
season
no, no,
on
no.
it?
No. Just onions or perhaps yeah, just onion or some people prefer just butter only
Okay, onions
with
sound
some
good. Onions
tomatoes.
give it. Okay, they use the shades. Okay, use it. Okay, I'm about to say you see regular kale. Wow,
Yeah, with some
that's
tomatoes.
another. That's another thing with that. Okay, that's another thing that got no taste. That's like eating kale and ugali. Oh man, like I'll pass. You guys eat all the kale and ugali. I won't even. I won't fight you for none of it. Take it all.
Exactly. So I
That's
gotta enjoy it with some
if
little
I was,
bit. Mm-hmm.
that's good. As long as the onions and the tomatoes will give it taste. Okay, that sounds good. Go
Mm-hmm.
ahead.
Exactly.
Looks good
This
too.
place is more like, yeah, this place is more like a market actually. There's a lot of greens and
How much is all that gonna cost,
onions
Cammy? How much is that gonna
for
cost in Kenyan shillings?
20 bob, 20 shillings. 20 bob.
20,
20 bob, that
20.
is, niko sawa. Niko sawa. I just have to be like, yeah, I'm okay. Niko sawa keeps means I am okay. I'm just telling the vendors Niko sawa because I do not want to purchase any more products. But that is 20 shillings. 20 shillings, I think that is a quarter a dollar. A quarter
Quarter
dollar, you
dollar.
actually do have kills. Yes. Yeah, a
And you
quarter
can't
dollar, you
beat
actually
that.
do have kills.
A
Hmm.
quarter dollar, family. That's 25 cents. Cammy's buying
Exactly.
dinner for 20. Cammy's buying dinner for 25 cents. And y'all
This
want to stay in
no.
America and be she's eating
That is for
healthy
the
for
greens.
25 cents. That's amazing.
That is for the greens. Apart from the pork, apart from the meat or any accompaniment. But for the greens, things are actually very cheap around here. And I've been told that I've not gone to the main market because the main market you can even have a sack of different groceries for a dollar because there everyone is wanting you to like buy their products, so it's
Wow. You
equally
can't.
cheaper there.
That's all.
Hmm.
That's almost like Tanzania prices. Jesus Christ! I see. You go out to the villages. My God, you get
Yeah.
the Tanzanian. You get the Tanzanian prices out there in Kenya. Kenya's
Hmm.
supposed to. Kenya's supposed to be so much more expensive than Tanzania, but Tammy's buying whole meals for quarters of dollars.
Exactly. Let me buy some avocado. Avocado ni ngapi? Sige moja. I'm also going to enjoy some avocado skits.
Avocados. I
So
love
I'm
avocados.
about to merge avocado. Yeah, I'm about to make myself some guacamole.
Guacamole.
Yeah, I'm about to
Cam,
make myself
Cam,
some
Cammy's,
guacamole.
Cammy's an African Mexican. Gonna make some guacamole.
No, I love the salad. I just love the combination. You know, at times it's good to like treat your body nice. We never know
It is,
over
it
tomorrow.
is good. Yeah, that's true. How much on the avocado?
15 shillings is just closer to the kales. 15 shillings, 15 Kenyan shillings, just closer to the
Wow,
kales. Yes, Asante.
wow. I can
All
eat,
right.
I can eat
Mm-hmm.
good over there for less than $1. Damn it.
You can either choose to be a vegetarian or you can either choose to be into
And it's
beef.
healthy.
Still, you gotta enjoy.
Yes, I sure will. Shoot, and it's
Hmm.
fresh. It's fresh, family. Cammy's making that
Absolutely.
eating all that fresh food. It's fresh.
Hmm. Hmm.
Did nobody make that avocado in no factory? Yeah, here's this avocado came out of a factory. Well, that ain't no real
Nobody.
avocado.
Hmm.
Well, we say it is. You gonna well we like we say it is. So eat it.
Hmm.
But it ain't
Exactly.
got no
Nobody.
seed. So what? Go ahead.
No, no, it has a seed. No one has injected some chemicals to make it maybe taste better or give it that sweet yellow avocado a look. It's just all fresh from the garden. That is one good thing about Africa. You get to enjoy things the way they are. Apart from these other farmers, Kita, you
But they're
realize that
trying to
some.
stop that, Cammy. They're trying to stop that.
Mhm.
You're right. That's what that
That is
the
true.
inter the inter the introduce as Dr. Mumby said she was introducing
Mhm.
GMO. fast as they can on the African continent, making you pay for seeds, making seeds that
Mhm.
don't grow.
Mhm.
That's what they're doing.
Exactly. Because
So
I just saw that in regards to your point, Kid, I agree. In regards to your point, I saw a certain what is this place? A certain greenhouse actually. They were planting the likes of tomatoes, green pepper, and so on. And trust me, when you get to go to the market, you get to see that these green pepper they look, they just have that appealing feeling that get to call the customer. The way they have been injected. So most people rather go and get these green peppers, not knowing that they're more over GMO. So you get to compare their size. The sizes are different. Kit, let me know if you can hear me.
yes, I hear you good, Cammy. I hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you. So I'm saying that there's a lot of GMOs, and when you take a look at them in the market, you can see the difference. That they're so. Oh, okay, I have to.
Well, the
Sorry.
bigger the market is when you're in Nairobi, inside the supermarket, all that shit is GMO now. As Dr. Mumby said, all that shit is GMO now because the Africans don't own the supermarkets in Africa. They don't own them. The supermarkets in Africa are owned by the Europeans. That stuff is GMO. So you're actually better out where you're at right now, eating in the villages. Am I lost, Cammy? Maybe I'm lost. I lost her. Oh, but she'll come back. So you know, out there, walking in the village. Sometimes the internet might not be good, the Wi-Fi. So, what's going on, Big Cheese? What's going on, Joe Mosquito? Joe Mosquito, you on damn YouTube and Facebook. They came me back.
Yes, I'm back, Kit.
All
Sorry, I was
right,
having some slight hitch over there.
that's okay. But
Mm-hmm.
like I was saying, I said most of the grocery stores in Africa are not owned by Africans. They're owned by the Europeans, and so they are bringing the GMO. So when you go to the supermarket in
Mm-hmm.
Nairobi, most of that
Mm-hmm.
groceries is GMO.
Mm-hmm.
So Tammy's actually lucky being in the village because he's out there with nature. Most of that stuff
Mm-hmm.
is fresh.
Exactly.
So that becomes the problem, and not owning our own media and owning our own everything in Africa. That was the worst thing we
Mm-hmm.
did with independence. The African didn't own his own stuff. That was the colonial powers were allowed to own the African supermarket. That's a no-no. You never allow your enemy to control your food source. That's a no-no.
Indeed. But sadly enough, that is how things are. Even the bananas, that this type of bananas, I think most of them they are actually that is exported. But I'm still seeing some
Really,
of them. They do have these yellow appealing colors, seem to be so bright, and I just got to realize that
those are
my mom,
GMOs.
told me, yeah,
Those are
because I
GMOs.
was,
Yeah.
mhm.
Go ahead, Kevin. Go ahead. Go ahead.
uh, yes, I was enjoying some bananas from the village, and wow, they're just so natural. Versus the ones that you get to enjoy around here, they're just nothing as compared to what I was enjoying in the village. Because most of this they are GMOs. And talking about GMOs and poison food flocking the market, Recently I saw that Kenya has banned exporting maize. Sorry, importing. Yes, Kenya has banned importing maize from Tanzania and Uganda, and also Burundi has banned exporting maize from Zambia and Tanzania, because most of this maize, it actually has a poison. So you can see, Kit, there is a war in terms of food. There is war actually in terms of food, that we are actually enjoying a lot
Yes.
of
Where's the
GMOs.
war?
Mhm,
Where's the war? Well, actually, Cameron, there's a war in Africa because Africans do not control their
mhm,
economy. You
yes.
shouldn't put strikes on other Africans. You're
Mhm,
supposed to be able to go talk to other Africans.
mhm,
You should talk to other Africans and work out the difference between Africans. But since the African doesn't really control his economy, it's going to be working in
mhm.
Tanzania because Tanzania is not going along with the plan of the no. Yeah, I'm not going to say the name because they took down both our channels because we were talking about that. We were talking about the fake disease that you right, with you walking around there with nobody with a mask. So now they're trying apparently a lot of Kenyans are backwards. They believe Magafuli is dead. He's up in a Kenyan hospital. Stupid. They got hospitals in
Yeah.
Tanzania. They don't need to be in
Mhm.
Kenya, you dummy.
Actually, I've seen something like that trending, that Magufuli might have been
Yeah,
airlifted to Kenya.
he lived in Kenya. Why would they airlift to Kenya? Stupid. They got
Mhm, mhm,
hospitals in Tanzania. Got just good
mhm,
hospitals there. They don't need to airlift to Kenya because the war,
mhm,
that's the white man's war. And sadly enough, Kenya
mhm.
is still mostly a British colony. It's not it
Exactly.
never attained freedom. About the
Mhm,
educational system is bad. Just like what Dr.
mhm,
Mummy was saying, I think she thought beloveds don't believe
mhm.
our Kenyan people are messed up in their heads. She's right. Because they I gotta give she's in Kenya, I gotta give her credit. She's like the educational system beloved is so bad. Most Kenyans they don't know what the hell's going on.
Mhm,
I
mhm,
started, I started laughing. I was like, yeah. I said, listen here, Kenyans. Why would why would why, why would Magafuli airlift himself to Canada? I mean to Kenya. For what? He's got his own hospitals
Kenya.
in Dar es
Mhm.
Salaam, all around Tanzania. He wouldn't do that. Wouldn't make
Exactly.
any sense. Hey, understand? You don't own the news media, as Dr. Mummy said. I know, but I already knew you don't. Kenyans, you don't own your news. You don't own
Mhm.
it. White people own all that news you look at. It's owned by either white people or Asians. You own none of it. So it's all propaganda against you. You own none of it.
Tell them. Tell them it's correct, because the information that gets to be released, that is to the public, most of the time it is filtered information or exaggerated information, depending with their agenda. So
Yeah,
yeah, that's true.
exactly. It's their agenda.
Mhm,
Exactly right. Exactly
mhm.
right. What are you using, Spike? You said you're using what?
Okay.
Using OBS Studio, Spike? Can
Yeah,
you hear me, Spike?
I get
Okay.
it.
So, well, it's working. Well, you can pick up the stuff tomorrow morning. Yeah, so like I tell you, Cammy, like I give Dr. Mummy,
Mhm,
Dr. Mummy has really impressed me. She's evolved from that Christian nut to
mhm.
African knows what's real. She's talking about the 7 laws of the universe. I'm like, that lady's been listening to us. She's like, family. She's like, most of the Kenyans don't know family. We don't own none of our media. Magafuli wouldn't be
Mhm,
in no Kenya. I said, I know. That's a lie. But you are a
mhm.
we're still a British. We're still a British colony. Most 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 of these Kenyan families are stupid. I said, yeah, you think? The propaganda. Why would Megafuli? Of course, they want to kill him. The whole thing is to kill his ass because he's not going along with white people. If you are controlled, you're a
Exactly.
sovereign country. Why should you do what
Mhm,
any white people tell you to do? You're supposed to be in control of your own country. It's like me coming to your house, Cammy. Cammy said, "No, no." I said, "Well, no. You know what, Cammy?
mhm,
You're gonna do what I tell you to do." He said, "But Keith, this my house." Yeah, it ain't your house. You just look like it's your house. I want you to cut the grass. I want you to cook this kind of food. I want you to do this. I want you to do that.
To dress this type of a way.
Yeah, dress this
It's
type
true.
of way. He said, well, I don't want,
Mm-hmm.
he's like, well, I don't want to do that. I don't care what you want to do. He's like,
Uh-huh.
well, this, I'm not a free person in my own house. That's right, you're not. So, so that's what's going on. That's what's going on, family. Keep thinking keep thinking that colonialism stopped. It never stopped. These are puppets. That's why you got so much pressure now on John Magufuli ass. They're trying to kill this man. He's the only one sitting there saying,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, and like I said something to the media again, I said, listen here, stupid. You guys report this propaganda. Why wouldn't you, if you love your Kenyan people, African, why wouldn't you develop your own vaccination? You got
Exactly.
scientists in Kenya. You got doctors in Kenya. Why wouldn't you allow them to develop something for African people that was not going to hurt them? Why would you go to your enemy and have them design something where they committed genocide all over the African continent? Huh? And somebody wrote back to me in the comments, you know what, you're absolutely right. I never thought of it like that. I said, my God, aren't you Kenyan? Yes, I am Kenyan. I said, you're fucking stupid.
Okay, you're making my night. Uh-huh. You know,
Why would you think? Go ahead, Cammy, go ahead.
yeah, I'm saying, funny thing is that most people are just actually afraid to do it because there has been some information regarding people trying to come up maybe with the AIDS vaccine, maybe with the COVID vaccine, and some of them have either gone missing and only for them to be found dead. So I think there's that a fear, and also there's that thing whereby Africans believe that they cannot do anything for themselves, that anything superior has to come from the West, and that is one thing that is actually making.
Which is a lie. Which is a lie. And as that's the destroying of your mind. Your mind. You got stupid ass dumbass Museveni said, I'm gonna go to the Chinese. The Chinese now, everybody use the Chinese shit are dying, Tammy. Everybody's falling out dead. But you won't find that, you won't tell in African news because they own a lot of the media in Africa. The Chinese are killing motherfuckers with their shit. There's people falling out when that Chinese shit. People are dying.
True, but yeah, true, but they won't even talk about it. I don't know if it's true, but I saw somewhere that that this vaccine is I think turning people. I think it was regarding the first patient who had COVID-19. I don't know if you've heard about that, or it was just a hoax. But I've seen somewhere that the first patient who had COVID, he or she is I think reacting from the vaccine. I don't know, I mean, it was some wrong side effect, but I've not really dug that story up.
But change your RNA genetics. So it's the hollow out. So you're going back. We are spiritual people. Okay? It's to stop your spiritual sinners, Cammy. It's to now lock you in where you cannot reach a higher spiritual level because you are black people are part of God. That's exactly what you are. But you've been getting, as Dr. Mummy, you've been given so many lies, so many fucking religions, the white Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Family, if you believe in white Jesus, don't write no comments on my page. Just keep going. You're not there yet. You're not ready. You're not ready. If you're still caught the white Jesus lie, don't write no bad things on my page. Just keep it pushing. Just keep it pushing now. Don't write no bad comments. Just go. You're not there yet. You still have a psychosis of lies. Just keep it pushing.
Exactly.
Don't write no bad comments on my page.
Let me tell you, Keith, regarding that, I think we need more of a Keith around here. We need more of a Keith and a Dr. Mumbai around here. Keith in we call it Ushago. Ushago is to say a rural place. I think I just have a few footages of that. In that particular place, my uncle is a pastor, so that is one thing. So let me tell you, every night they had to pray. So you find most of the time I've just fallen asleep. They're like People from the city, you're more likely to be prone to Illuminati because you do not get to pray. And on the living room, there was a lot of baby Jesus photos. I'm like, a kid, come see this.
I would love
And
to
the
go
way
to the but see, with your family with them out. See, we need more Cammies. We need more Spikes now. But Spikes was lucky. His
yeah.
grandmother wasn't inundated with it. Only his mother. So Spikes has
Uh-huh.
actually been lucky. He never got his grandma. His grandma actually knows old traditions and not been told. Listen, there has never been any white God. You are
Mm-hmm.
you are before any white people, especially as a black woman. There's no white man
Mm-hmm.
higher than a black
Nice.
woman. And you sitting there looking at some white guy. All you gotta do is ask them, okay, well, where does white guy come from? They never can tell you. Ask your uncle,
Exactly.
okay, uncle, where does white guy came from? It came from the white man.
They'll
Okay,
never.
well, damn. Okay,
Yeah, there's a
where's the
lot.
white man getting?
And
I'm
to
sorry,
them, it's
Kevin,
more
go ahead.
like an yeah, I'm saying, and to them, it's more like an achievement because I'm like, hey, turning to my left, hey, there's a pig there. My right, up. I mean, it's more like a decoration in the house, and there's nothing you can do about it. I couldn't even utter a word. I'm
Oh,
like, they were like, how many times do you go to church and so on? The last time I went to church was back in high school because then it was mandatory. Now that is where hell broke loose. I'm told like, you need to be finding time and dedicating your time. I was actually, I
uh,
actually did have that burning question of asking him like, give me a history
Dr.
about
Day,
Jesus. I went, yes.
ask your uncle what did you because Jesus ain't even old enough. Especially kid, ask him what did your ancestors do
Hmm.
before Jesus. Say, Uncle, what did we do before Jesus? Are all our great grandmothers and great grandfathers and great who loved everybody, are they in hell?
Hmm.
Since they know this white
Not
man's
at
God,
all.
ask him that.
And
Ask him
actually,
that.
funny
That's
thing,
it.
yeah.
Go,
Uh-huh.
go,
Funny
Kevin.
thing, yeah, funny thing is that my grandma actually never believed in that. She was more like a herbalist, so most of the time she just used to believe in natural
There
things.
you
So
go
I'm
again.
asking,
Great. See?
yeah.
There,
So I'm
yeah. So
wondering, where did
ask
the
him.
sun? Yes.
Ask him, is grandma going there? Is grandma in hell now because she didn't believe in the white man's God who came in and put us in concentration camps in Kenya and tried to genocide us? Is grandma who was loving to us, is she in this white man's hell now? Well,
Mm-mm.
Cammy, so much on. Yeah, she is, and sadly enough, this white man said in his book, grandma is in hell. So the mind, if you don't know how to correctly think, you ever, oh
Uh-huh.
my God, grandma's in hell. Oh my God, no.
If I get to ask him those questions, I think they'll have, we call it a kesha. Kesha is like translating the entire night of praying. I think they'll organize a kesha for me and I'll be forced to have mandatory baptism. Hey, I'm telling you, life there was not easy. I'm like, things are really, getting to mobilize the people there, it's gonna take some time. And I'm just looking forward to sharing the footages with you because I did get to take some. There on a Saturday and a Sunday, people are very punctual when it comes to worship. Nothing will come in between them and worship. They're very
Every
punctual.
it's everywhere. No, because white man's worried. He took your spirituality, and now you worship him. All your energy, since we energy, Cammy, all
Mm-hmm.
our energy all goes to white people. We give them all this
Mm-hmm.
energy. Whether and it's funny, and everywhere on the African continent, everywhere you go, because Africans are spiritual people. So
Yes.
what they did, they switched the spirituality with this fake cracker, this fake white man,
Mm-hmm.
and,
Mm-hmm.
and now Africans don't know how to get out of it. It's everywhere you go. Okay? It's not just Kenya, Uganda. Like in Uganda, they got white man had them over there drinking bleach, and Jesus, this is holy water. Oh, is it holy water? Yes, the white man said it was. They had them drinking industrial bleach, Cammy. They were drinking bleach that kills you.
Mm-hmm.
Told them it was holy
Yeah.
water. Let's go
Mm-hmm.
now drink the bleach. Thank you, Father. Thank you, great white man. This is holy water. Go, 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 go.
Gi-
Go
Give me the
again, go
give me the
again.
holy give me the holy water to go bless my family with, and they so believe in that. You are
Yeah.
definitely correct. I'm saying they even go ahead and ask for the holy water to take it to some of their relatives at home. Hey, I'm telling you, religion is going to really, really messes up.
It always has messed up. That's why we're still on the bottom. Religion. Ask,
Mhm.
ask the critics. See, they can't critically think. Ask your uncle this. I say, okay,
Mhm.
if Jesus helped black people, why are the Chinese and other people that never accepted the white man as Jesus, why are they ahead of us economically? Why is why is the non-Jesus blessing them over us and we're the ones believing in Jesus? When is Jesus gonna help us? The Japanese never accepted Jesus. Chinese never accepted Jesus.
Exactly.
So why are they in here dominating us then? Well, you gotta pray some more. But they never prayed the white Jesus. Why isn't white Jesus messing them up? Well, because they don't know the
They
Lord.
know the exactly. They know that they're pretty. It's just messed everywhere. It's just messed up everywhere. So of course it's gonna take time, like for people to really understand and get to do the right thing.
Look, Cammy, look. Your mind can be so messed up. They brought that homeless man. I know he's from Florida. That homeless man they brought to Kenya. He had no
Mhm.
job. He's a white man. That white man that they brought to Kenya, and they had black people running around Kenya, coming, he's the Lord, running after this homeless white man. He was homeless.
Oh, the one that was working in crusades, and a lot of
Yeah,
Africans were
yeah,
actually
yeah.
parading themselves for him,
Exactly.
the
Exactly,
white
Cuban.
Messiah.
And the government got so ashamed that they deported his white ass back to America. They got so ashamed because it showed how messed up the minds of the Kenyans were. That was a homeless man. This man's American was a bum. He's a bum,
Mhm.
Cammy. He's a bum. He didn't have a home.
Mhm.
So see, you had some
No.
black preachers from Kenya clean his ass up,
Mhm.
put him on a plane,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
and run to Kenya, and they're like, oh, he's the Lord, and run around.
He's come to save people. Let me tell you, I can imagine the number of accidents that even did get to take place because many people are just rushing to get to interact with the white Messiah. It's just extremely crazy around here.
And that's how.
Mm-hmm.
And just like when Spike shared the story of a Nigerian lady who had moved to Denmark.
Uh-huh.
Some white guy was in the grocery store, Cammy, buying
Mm-hmm.
groceries. Some regular white dude. She kept saying, "Are you Jesus?" He said, "No, I ain't no damn Jesus. What are you talking about? I know you're Jesus. You're trying to fool me."
What? That is
this,
some
woman, this
level of illiteracy.
this Nigerian lady chased this white man around the grocery store. He said, "Lady, stop! I'm gonna call the police on you. I'm not no Jesus. I know you're fooling me. You're Jesus."
he he should have gone ahead and called the police such that when she's in the cells, that is when she would have realized how pretty messed up she
I
has
couldn't,
been.
I couldn't believe that. I'm like, what? This lady, a regular white man in the store is your God. He's
Mm-hmm.
telling you, no, lady, I'm not no Jesus. Stop it. Get away from me. I know you're fooling me. You are Jesus.
Mm-hmm. The
So
lady wanted
they
some
said she was.
anointing. I'm saying the
Yeah,
lady
yeah.
wanted.
That's what she wanted. That's what the story was Spike Free. That's what she said. Give me your blessings, Jesus. He said, lady, leave me. He said, lady, get away from me. I'm not no Jesus. Get away from
Mm-hmm.
me. He told me, get away from me. He said, no, you're trying to fool me. This is a
Mm-hmm.
test. I know you're trying to fool me. This is a test. You're
Mm-hmm.
you're you're my Lord.
She wanted the road to Calvary.
It was
Can you
actually
hear me?
yeah. You good, Cammy?
Mm-hmm. I'm saying she wanted the road to Calvary, and that was the only ticket to Calvary through him.
That's how bad our mind. You can't fight your enemy, Cammy, when you think he's your God. That's
Yeah,
why they won't. That's why you won't create no vaccines to help black people because you're waiting on your God to do it. The Europeans who came in and tried to
exactly.
kill you.
Mm-hmm.
We can't do anything. We must wait on the white people because they are
Mm-hmm.
God.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, dummy, do you know 500 years ago they were maggot eating, didn't take baths? I don't know none of that history. So they took away our real history. I said,
Mm-hmm.
I said, your white God was a maggot eater and didn't take
Mm-hmm.
baths. You, as an African, you went to Europe. You taught them how to take baths. You taught them to read and write. So how can they be your God, stupid?
Exactly.
They can't be your guide. You taught them how to read and write. You taught them how to
Mhm.
change their clothes. You taught them how to wash their bodies. These are facts of history.
But our people think it's the other way around.
Exactly right, Cammy. They don't know that they do think it's the other way around. And
They believe
that's
that I'm saying they
you
believe
got
that
Cammy go.
the people. Yeah, I'm saying they believe that the people of color have the right to the universe. That they have the right. Actually, they're the key to the universe. To the universe, in terms of the happening or the existence of other things around here.
Well, I heard some Africans actually tell the truth. Then why haven't they changed the curriculums in any of these schools? Kenya,
Mm-hmm.
Ghana, Nigeria, these old English colonies. The French colonies are even worse. They're even worse. But like the French African colonies are worse. Their minds are more fucked up even than English African colonies. But why have they not changed these curriculums after 60 years of so-called independence? Why have they not put the truth in these educational systems? Why are they still perpetuating these lies? Because Africans don't own their education system. That's why. There's no way you can tell me after 60 years you're still teaching the same lie. Oh, I think I lost Cammy. Did I lose you, Cammy?
No, I can
Wait a
hear
minute.
you, Keith. I can hear you, Keith.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I'm just saying it. I'm just saying that different African nations have actually taken the Western type of education because they believe that getting to learn that system or getting to use that system is the only way of them making their kids have a brighter future. But the sad realization is that we are still embracing what the colonizers did to us. That is the type of education system that they gave us, and we are still insisting on that. You can take a look at the lawyers, the type of dressing they get to don. So
Yeah.
it's more
Yeah.
like a still appreciating what they gave it to us.
Yeah. It's all European.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad some youth in Africa finally can say, why do we got this system that doesn't benefit
Mm-hmm.
African people, that keeps us worshiping the people that
Mm-hmm.
colonized us and teaching us lies? Yeah, it teaches you
Mm-hmm.
self-hate. If you don't know, just like the Nigerian lady, if you didn't know it was you who washed that white man up in Holland, lady, you taught him how to read and write. Not the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
So they could never be your God. They could never be
Exactly.
your God. You taught them how to read and write. You brought universities to Europe. There were no universities in Europe at all. You brought
I
that to
think
Europe.
I think it needs to rain blood for the people to really get to believe in this information.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm like, at least, like I see some African people finally are actually doing this. Finally, they're asking these questions.
Mm-hmm.
Why we still got the uh, colonializers education system? I'm like,
Exactly.
I never knew. I got that from Spikes. I knew everywhere I went. I was like, why are they not changing the
Mm-hmm.
system? I don't understand this. Why they still teaching African children these lies? To teach them to love white people and tell them you were never nothing and you were. That's why if you don't know history, that's why you're able to take another person's religion and believe it. The religion's a lie. Okay, you were never any savage. You were never any damn. You were never any savage. You was never
Mm-hmm.
no dumb black African. Those are lies.
Mm-hmm.
Those are lies when they first
Exactly.
gave it to you.
You're absolutely correct, Kid. And I see at General Mosquito say the hell is actually a heaven and Satan is actually a god. The hate and the fire represent heat and energy, and Saturn with horns is a black woman's reproductive system. Woo! That is some information at General
Oh yeah, I haven't heard that
Mosquito.
in a while. You talking about you? Yeah, they said yeah. That's where it came from. Yeah, yeah. Cammy don't know that. When you talking
I
about
don't
your
want to be
mosquito,
told. I don't
when you
want to
talking
be
about
told.
when you talking
Yes.
about your mosquito, my Ghanaian brother, you're talking about
Mm-hmm.
the when they first say what is heaven? Heaven was between a black woman's legs. Heaven was the
Mm-hmm.
vagina of a black woman. That's what it was
Mm-hmm.
in antiquity. So I know what you're
Mm-hmm.
saying. I know Cammy don't even know none of that. I know what you
I
said,
was
you know, mosquito.
I was
Go ahead, Kevin.
almost I was I was almost dropping the phone. I was scared, like, ooh, blasphemy.
No. See, because your mind is still
Hmm.
colonized. No, that's not. But that's where the term came
Exactly.
from, Cammy. That's where the
Hmm.
term came from of
Hmm.
heaven, because a black woman was exalted in
Hmm.
African society. The African woman was put on a pedestal. It's
Hmm.
ancient times, Cammy. This thousands of years ago. So the term heaven meant between the heaven is between a black woman's legs. Her
Hmm.
vagina was considered heaven. That was the first term of heaven, because
Hmm.
the black woman was exalted. She was put on a
Hmm.
pedestal thousands of years ago. That's where the term came,
Wow.
but now it's corrupted. Now you think it's someplace in space and with some cracker sitting on a cloud. That's but that's not where it came from. It originated with the black woman, because she's the
Uh-huh.
first. She's the beginning of everything. So it's not gonna be heaven's not gonna be some cracker who came here 2 days ago on some cloud. Everything's gonna go back to the black woman, because the
Mhm.
black woman is the beginning of creation here on this planet. So, so I know what you're talking about, you know, mosquito. I've heard nobody mention that in a long time. That's the original term of heaven. Heaven is between the black woman's legs.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah,
That is
yeah.
some deep
Imagine,
knowledge.
imagine if you said that in Ghana, you know, mosquito back at home, they'd kill your ass. Imagine you said that in Ghana, you know, mosquito, all them running around worshiping that Jesus shit in Ghana. They'd kill you.
They'll stone you in public. They'll stone you in public and set an example to the rest who want to follow you. And even kill your entire family. And whoever and who was even housing you in the first place.
There's stones and there's stones. There's stones, you get a mosquito. You'll be stoned. But tell that ancient, you'll be stoned for telling that ancient African truth where it came from. Everything
Hmm.
originates from Africa and then became bastardized. Buddhism is
Hmm.
African, Hinduism is African, Christianity is African, Islam is
Hmm.
African, but they just bastardized. Christ doesn't mean a person. Christ is African. After you reach a certain frequency as a black person, you become
Hmm.
Christos, the Christ.
Hmm.
So it's raising your vibrational level. That's where the term Christ came from. They took that and made it to a phony white man. Hey, he's the Christ now. But that's not the Christ. The Christ is vibration. Well, shut up. We're gonna kill you. So that's where it
There's
came
a,
from. You
mhm.
must vibrate at a certain frequency. As I told you, black is not a color. Black is a frequency, is the Christ. Everybody
Exactly.
black is the Christ. You must vibrate at a certain frequency, because God vibrates at a high frequency. You must get back. And we got Dr. Mumby on it. It's about frequency and vibrations, beloved. I'm like, what? Remember when she came 3 years ago, she was talking about Jesus and the Lord and all that goofy shit. Dr. Mumbai, shout out to her.
Uh-huh.
She did somebody put the she said the African priesthood in Kenya. I told you the
Mhm.
African shamans are still there. They're underground. Somebody reached
Mhm.
out to her and taught her the real shit. She's like, I joined the priest. They taught. I know what's real. If you come, if now I offend you now, just keep it pushing. You're not ready yet. If you're in this Christian psychosis of loving this white man who's not God, then you're in a psychosis.
Somebody in,
I would never believe that Dr. Mumbai would get so would have evolved. Go ahead, Kevin.
it was a new and special healing for her kid. She needed it.
I don't know. She was a nutty Christian 3 years ago. She was crazy with that Jesus shit. Jesus and the Lord and the Lord and Jesus. I said,
She
this
would have
lady's a
even
nut.
she would have even come about with her own Bible.
Yeah, she needs to read that Bible on YouTube, all that nutty shit. And
Mhm.
then I don't know. Somehow she got one of those. I told you in Africa, one of them priesthoods got her in Africa, in Kenya, and brought her in and started teaching her the truth. I was like,
Mhm.
wow, Dr. Mumba, is this the same person? She started talking about the seven universal arts with the African. I was like, wow, cause, effect, rhythm, the laws of gender. There's got to be a female and a male. Can't be no homosexuality. There's got to be a female and a male. That's how the universe works. Female energy and masculine energy. Can't have two men. Can't have two men bumping each other in the butt and call that love. I'm sorry. It's against y'all. I'm sorry. You can't have a little baby, a little naked baby, shoot you with an arrow talking about that's Valentine's Day. That's pedophilia.
Nowadays they're even giving birth. I'm saying nowadays they even give. Nowadays even men have been able to give birth. Things are really changing. It is love.
No, you can't bump penises and say that's love. I'm sorry. You can't and you can't lick on another woman's vagina and say, yeah, that's normal. Sorry. Women, you're not made to lick on another woman's vagina. I didn't make
Science.
that. That's the true all. That's the true God. Not this fake ass white Jesus and that fake Jehovah. I'm talking about the real all, the creator of the universe. Because the universe is feminine and masculine energy. That's why on your left side of your brain it's masculine. Right side of your brain it's feminine. That's science. The ancestors taught the world that. And that's a fact. Go in any real science book and they'll tell you that. You must have masculine and feminine energy. You can't have two masculine. You can have two feminine. I didn't create the universe. I can only those are the laws. So you can't be Obama and say, yeah, Kenyans would come and teach you how to love fucking each other in the butt. That's normal.
The
Yeah,
slogan is
thank you, Obama. I always
the
wanted to fuck
slogan is
another
yes we
man.
can.
Yeah,
I'm saying the slogan is yes we can.
yeah, yes we can. That's right. Yes we can fuck each other in the butt. No, we can't. No, we
Well,
can't do that.
I'm just
That's death
hoping that
culture.
yes, I'm just hoping that things will end, of course, to be in a positive way. But hey, with the way things, the way even men are even getting matching clothes, that is highly challenging as much as we are hoping for the best. Keith, I'm actually about to prepare my meal. I do not want to be slapped
Okay,
by my
let's
host.
go. Go ahead, Cammy.
I
Go.
don't want to be
Much
slapped by
love
my
to
host.
the
But
family. Much love to
mhm.
Cammy. Much love to the family. And I'm out.
And I really appreciate you for giving us this platform, to get to interact and getting to take to around and getting to see the way of life of many different people. Also, at Big Cheese, big shout out to you, Ike Coffee. Hey, we do have a Nigerian here, Ogama friends. Ike Coffee, also a big shout out to you. Africa Diaspora Roots Connect, a big shout out to you. And also at Ricardo Bradford, we really appreciate you, General Mosquito, for tuning into the show. We do have, of course, other shows coming out as well, and we really appreciate everyone at Keith. Thank you so much for this platform. And also, family, remember you can simply log on to www.blackoutfirenetwork.com. And once you are logged in, you can proceed, get to listen to some of the music. You can get to watch some of the videos that you might have missed. I do understand that you do have an issue with the timings. You can also simply get to watch some of the shows because we still got you covered. You can also get to donate to support the stream. We highly appreciate that one. Remember also the Tanzanian tour that is coming at the next month. That is April. We have been reminding you since January, and here we are. Almost just a few more days to the month of April. Keep it the Blackout Fire Network and muwe na siku njema sana. And thank you so much. It has been a pleasure interacting with the family. At Collins, you see you have a tune in, but I said a good show. Thank you for tuning in. Though we're just winding up, but thank you so much, Collins, for tuning in to the show. And I appreciate everyone who actually did take their time to get to tune in to the show. Muwe siku njema, and thank you so much. My name is Calmie. This has been the Calmie African Diary Show.